Sometimes in life, the greatest treasure is not gold, not silver, not even power. It is something far more precious, something that cannot be stolen or broken. This is the story of a poor boy, a mysterious compass, and the one treasure that guided him through every storm: hope. Many years ago, in a quiet little village at the edge of the European mountains, there lived a boy named ARIN. The village was simple: cobblestone streets, wooden houses with smoke curling out of their chimneys, fields of wheat that swayed in the wind. But for ARIN, life was not simple. He was only 14 years old, yet he had already faced more struggles than most. He had lost his parents when he was very young. He lived alone in a small broken hut with no money, no family, and often no food. Yet there was something special about ARIN. Unlike many who gave up when life grew hard, ARIN carried a quiet strength in his heart. He believed somehow that no matter how dark the night seemed, there was always a hidden path leading forward. One cold morning, while gathering firewood in the forest, ARIN's eyes caught a strange glimmer under the roots of an old tree. He dug with his hands, and to his surprise, he pulled out an old compass. It was golden, though scratched and cracked. Its glass was cloudy. But the strangest thing of all was this: the needle did not point north. Instead, it glowed faintly, as if pulling him toward somewhere unknown. ARIN held it in his small hands. At first, he thought it was broken. But that night, as he shivered from hunger and loneliness, the compass began to glow brighter, almost alive, as though whispering to him, "Follow me." The next morning, with nothing left to lose, ARIN made a choice. He packed a small bundle of bread, tied his worn-out shoes, and decided to follow wherever the compass led. It was not an easy journey. The compass pulled him beyond the safety of his village. He walked across slippery cliffs, crossed icy rivers, and entered caves where shadows danced on the walls. The villagers who saw him laughed. "That poor boy has lost his mind, chasing after a broken toy while we struggled to survive." But for ARIN, he didn't listen. Every time he fell, every time he doubted, he looked at the glowing compass. Its light reminded him to keep moving, and so he did. Days turned into weeks. ARIN's feet were blistered, his clothes torn, his strength nearly gone. One evening, the compass guided him to the foot of a tall, dark mountain. Above, storm clouds gathered, rain poured, the wind howled. He was cold, hungry, and so tired he could barely take another step. At last, he broke down. Tears rolled down his dirty cheeks as he clutched the compass. He cried out to the sky, "Why? Why did I trust you? You led me into suffering, into storms, into emptiness. You are nothing but a lie." For the first time, ARIN almost threw the compass away. But then he noticed something. The needle, which had always pointed outward, was now pointing inward. Not toward the mountain, not toward the horizon, but directly to his chest. ARIN froze. In that moment, he understood. The compass had never been leading him to treasures outside. It had been guiding him to the greatest treasure within, his own hope. ARIN wiped his tears. He looked up at the raging storm. With new strength, he tightened his torn coat, clutched the compass to his chest, and began climbing the mountain. The wind tried to push him back. The rain stung his skin. His legs shook with exhaustion. But this time, his steps were different. They were not guided by fear or hunger. They were guided by the hope glowing inside his heart. Hour by hour, he climbed. And when he finally reached the peak, the storm began to clear. The clouds parted. Golden sunlight spilled across the land, and below him, hidden between mountains, was a valley no one had ever seen. A paradise. Sparkling rivers, fertile fields, trees heavy with fruit. A land untouched, waiting for someone to discover it. ARIN fell to his knees. It wasn't gold, it wasn't silver. It was life. It was abundance. It was hope turned into reality. But ARIN didn't keep the valley for himself. He returned to his village. The same people who once mocked him were starving and hopeless. ARIN stood before him, holding the glowing compass, and said, "Follow me. There is a place where we can begin again." At first they doubted. But when they saw the fire of certainty in his eyes, they followed. Together they entered the valley. They built new homes, planted new crops. Children laughed, elders smiled, families ate to their heart's content. The boy who once had nothing gave everything to his people. Years later, ARIN became the leader of that new village. And on his desk, he always kept the golden compass. Whenever someone came to him in despair, he would place the compass in their hands and say, "This compass doesn't point to gold or glory. It points to the one treasure that never fades, hope. As long as you carry hope in your heart, you will never be lost." And so, dear listener, remember this. The storms of life will come. People will doubt you. You may even doubt yourself. But if you keep hope alive inside you, no storm will ever be strong enough to stop you. Because the greatest compass in life is not in your hands, it is in your heart.